Anthropic just launched the latest model, Sonnet 5, and many saying that this is the next frontier of models at the 5.0 level. It includes Opus-like capabilities, but at lesser cost, supposedly. So we're going to go through their announcement, break down what this means, what are the early rumblings on the streets, what are the builders saying about it, and then we're going to put it into our 10x Builder evaluation suite and compare it against the other models in a knowledge worker first capacity. So I'm not an engineer. I'm not going to give you engineering benchmark. I'm going to show you how this model stacks up with all the other popular models, Opus 5.5, GLM 5.2, all the other ones that are popular right now in a knowledge work style. So writing, analysis, vibe coding, all the things that we do as knowledge workers. Let's see which model does the best, and let's see which model costs the most for that as well, as with quality and cost. So by the end of the video, you'll see the winner, and we're going to figure it out together. Let's go. Anthropic launched Sonnet 5 yesterday, and I have been hammering this thing ever since. Anthropic is reporting that this is the most Sonnet model yet, and it's scoring very well across the various benchmarks here. Looking at even the knowledge work score of it, 1618, whereas Opus compared to 1615, and Sonnet 4.6 was just a 1395. You also see that its computer use shot up, along with its agentic coding in the terminal bench. However, I have found the best use of Sonnet so far with its ability to know when to think and act in longer amounts or to respond fast in a quick way. Sometimes Opus, and definitely with Fable, there's a lot of thinking involved, and so it slows down the whole process. With Sonnet, it knows really well when to just respond right away in a very fast manner or to take its time to think through it, to build something and to self-correct and evaluate whatever it's building. And for that, I really appreciate that so far, especially as I tend to use Sonnet as my daily driver, powering my default tasks every step of the way for cost efficiencies. Speaking of cost efficiencies, it's quite affordable as well. As you can see on the Agentic search performance here, over here we have the pass rate and we have the cost per task. From an Agentic search perspective, it's actually quite expensive. If you look at Sonnet 5, which is the orange, Opus, which is yellow, and then Sonnet 4.6 is gray, you could see Sonnet 5 ranking with 4.8 in a very good way, both from a performance but also cost perspective. So it is a little bit more expensive there. However, from a agentic computer use, if you look at Opus here, it's getting very expensive for similar computer use. Sonnet 5 is around 81, Opus is around 83, but Sonnet 5 is much cheaper compared to that of Opus. And this is where I'm starting to see real performance gains, where Sonnet is being used as a model behind my agentic automations, my workflows, doing computer use and co-work, all that kind of stuff. And Sonnet performs well here, almost that of Opus, but at a more cost-efficient level as well. In terms of pricing, it has an introduction pricing period, which includes a little bit of a discount, which is $2 per million input tokens and $10 per million output tokens through August 31st. However, it's going to move to $3 per million input tokens and $15 per million output tokens after that. But if we compare that to Opus, which is $5 per input and $25 for output, then it could be 40 to 60% cheaper. However, a lot of people have been commenting saying that in terms of actual tokens created, the output, it is actually quite expensive in that sense. So depending on how you use Sonnet, as you look over here, Sonnet 5 in terms of output per task is actually costing in this rate more than Fable. Now it's hard to just take this graph for exactly what it is, but there are a lot of pros and cons with this model so far. Still, it's early. So let's put this model to the test. What I have done is I have built a 10x Builder benchmark platform. But this benchmark platform is meant for knowledge workers, not engineers, because we're not engineers here. We are knowledge workers trying to do more with AI. So we're going to test these models across a series of suites for writing, analysis, design, vibe coding, and more. And we're going to test it against all the premier models. So we have 5.5, 4.8, Sonnet 5, GLM 5.2 to see what we like the best. Now we're going to do this in a blind way, meaning we're going to have our agents go off and create the same things with the same prompts, and then we're going to visually inspect them in a blind way and show what we like best. Then it's going to unmap the names, the labels, to see who the winner of this model eval suite are. Now, it's still a little bit of subjective because we're actually picking the winners here from my JJ perspective. However, it's a good way to stack these things side by side and to see how Sonnet 5 is comparing. So let's do it. All right, here we are in our simulation benchmark studio. And we're going to go through a series of things here, breaking down what we're going to evaluate. First, we have our 5.5 model. Then we have Opus 4.8, Sonnet 5, and GLM 5.2 are the 4 models we're going to be testing here. Now, we're going to be testing through 8 different benchmarks. So the first one is agentic reasoning. So this tests whether a model can turn like messy goals, hidden dependencies, and limited authority into our same plan. Generally, can this be used in workflows? And is this a good model behind that agent? Next, we're doing analysis. So we're going to test synthesis, prioritization, and ability to make a defensible recommendation from conflicting signals. This is really good for soft skills. So like a career coach, or I need to analyze this data, or I need to analyze this decision you're about to make. Really good here. We're going to test the models on that. Sub-agent simulation. If you know me, you know that I love sub-agents and I use them all the time. Sub-agents essentially allow us to spin up different agents to get different viewpoints of the work created that allow me to figure out how something is going to be perceived before I even send it. And we're going to do sub-agent simulation with these models here to see which one is able to create the best sub-agent simulation. Next, agentic voice. So this is those for that use like Hermes, OpenClaw, and generally interact with their agents. Think almost like Claude Tag now. Interact with their agents and the best voice that they're coming back with. And do they sound friendly? Do they sound human? We're going to test that. Writing. We all use it for writing. And I don't know about you, but like with Opus 4.8 recently, writing just has not been good. I have really been battling writing with 4.8. I've actually been writing a lot more by hand than normal. And so I'm excited to see which model is going to perform the best with writing here. Then we have design. I definitely know GPT 5.5 is not going to win this one. Design across the board. How can we use a model that is going to generate the best design? We're going to find out. Transcript adaptation. So design for the video transcript you mentioned extracts methods without copying someone else's topic blindly. So this is if I want to be able to pull information from YouTube or other transcripts to synthesize it, to think of ways that I can use this to create new things. How well does this do? And then vibe coding. Are we going to prototype? Are we going to build something? What is the best to do this? Not like deep engineering work, but it's like, what is the best model that takes us from 0 to 1? And then we can show our boss to get an approval for this idea. We're going to test that model as well. Now we're going to do it all in Cursor. Now Cursor has a lot of really good things for it. One of the things that I really love in Cursor is the ability to use so many different models. And so right here, you see the ability to use, they have the Composer 2.5 model, which is actually quite good and very fast. And then you have Opus and all the other models that we want to use here. And so Cursor, being the agent and the harness, is able to then take all the different models that you want and use it. And so that is a perfect gateway for us to test all these different ways for us to do this benchmarking. Also, the way that we're going to do it is we're going to use sub-agents to run this. So we are going to, for something like this, give 4 sub-agents the same prompt, but each sub-agent is going to be powered by their own model. And then we're going to take all the results of them back and put it in a visual test, and we're going to blindly figure out what is the best one. So I think we're ready to get started now. Let's run the evals and see what comes back. Now we are off to the races here. We have our eval suite running. We are doing a synthesis on GLM 5.2, Opus 4.8, GPT 5.5 high, and Sonnet 5. So let's see what it comes back with. All right, as this runs, let me show you some of the prompts that we're using for each of these steps here, okay? So in the ambitious operating plan, we're saying that you are an advisor, a founder-led service company that wants to add an AI-enabled client delivery layer without slowing current work. So here's the situation. Here's the task. Write the operating plan you would give to the CEO. Requirements, output standards. And then we're going to see all the various outputs here. Now, from our analysis, you're going to be reviewing mixed evidence about a new productized AI service. You're going to be receiving these inputs: sales, delivery, marketing wants a narrative, finance as custom work. The task is to write a decision memo that recommends the offer strategy. Here are the requirements we need, and here are the output status. Also, a good way to see how a good prompt could be written here. Now, for the sub-agent simulation, we're going to be doing a research agent, a strategy agent, and a design agent. And we're going to give them each the task of giving feedback to the sub-agents and produce final integrated recommendations. For our agentic voice, I want to see how this is going to talk to me from an agent perspective. So a user says, I need to decide whether to use Model A or Model B for client strategy work. Model A writes beautifully, but sometimes invents confident claims. Model B is less charming, but more careful and better in analysis. I don't have time for a giant evaluation. The task, reply as an agentic assistant. Now for writing, write a founder note announcing a new knowledge work AI benchmarking practice to a small internal team. I think this one, you're going to be able to see clear as day what AI writing looks like from each model or not. And this is going to be a very clear indicator for us as we can see what AI writing looks like from a mile away now. And all the different phrases that comes with it. Speaking of phrases that's the whole game. This like the new thing that's going on. Oh my. Design. You are critiquing a UI for a blind model benchmark tool. So write the design critique and replacement direction. I want this one to actually create the design for me. So I am actually going to go in here, copy this, and change this one. But first, let's finish up here. So you will be given a transcript from a video where someone compares AI models. Extract the benchmarking method and adapt it for knowledge work model evaluation. If no transcript is provided, state what information is missing. So taking a transcript from something and adapting it to something else. Again, this could be for learning. This could be for teaching. This could be for building. How are you able to take a lot of information and change it for the need that you have? This is that. And then vibe coding. Create a single file HTML app for blind reviewing model outputs. This is similar to the app that we're viewing here, and we're going to be able to see which model gives us the friendliest UI. So it's still running in the background. Let's wait for this to finish up, and then we'll look at the results. All right, we are back. And so we are going to go look through all these different options here to see what we have. Now, when it ran, Fable 5 also was released or given access to us. So I added Fable 5 into this mix as well. Also, there was an error and Kimi 2.5 ran as well. So we have a lot of models to choose from here. 5 different models that we're going to be choosing from here. So I'm going to take a moment here. I'm going to fast forward a little bit as I review and grade it all. And then we're going to show all the results as well. So hang with me while I go off and do this blind grading here. Looks just decent here. Look at the difference between outputs here. Blind B is outputting a lot of info on a regular basis. So I would say that this right here did fine across the board. Blind B, very detailed and thorough, but man, it's a lot of output there. I'd say practicality is lower, but the rest would be higher there. None of these are just like, I don't know what would be good. All these seem like they would be fine. You can't really tell a major difference across the board here, which is indicating also how good these models have gotten, I think. All right, Subagent. All right, are we ready to check out the final results? We've waited for a little bit. Let's see what performs the best. Reveal. GLM 5.2 taking first place. Sonnet 5 taking second place over Fable 5 with a close third place. GPT 5.5 high coming in below Sonnet 5, GLM 5.2. Kimi coming all the way at the bottom. But Opus 4.8, sorry, getting whooped by Sonnet 5. And Sonnet 5 beating Fable in some areas, for knowledge work at least. Whoa. For the blind map, blind B, the one that was inserted in what I saw was like a lot of tokens. GPT 5.5. Blind C was Sonnet. Wow. Wow. Okay, look at this. Look at this. These are the scores that I picked. This is my subjective opinion. But I also asked Composer 2.5 to go through and check every single one, right? And guess what Composer picked for every single one? Fable 5, across the board, except for e-commerce marketing site. Sonnet 5 comes up there in our vibe coding category. That's really interesting. So across the board, I prefer the results of GLM 5.2 the best. The new open source model from China that's super cheap. That's crazy. Sonnet 5 the second best. And it comes in over Fable for knowledge work perspective, which is really good for me because I stay in knowledge work and I need something affordable. And Fable's way more expensive than Sonnet 5. So I feel good knowing that I'm going to stick with Sonnet 5 for my knowledge work. Fable 0.5, it's a clear agentic win. It's from a quality perspective, the agents loved Fable 5 across the board. I'm quite surprised by Opus 4.8 and how poorly it performed across the board. And then Kimi, I honestly kind of expected it to come in last. It's fine. But even 5.5, it held its own. But this is the clear winner of the day, followed by Sonnet 5. Really cool stuff here. I will probably tweak this and keep running it for each new model release. But I hope you enjoyed this. The takeaway for me is that I'm going to be using a lot more GLM 5.2. You can get that within Cursor. You can get that within Codex. I think you can also get it within Claude's desktop app. I'm not 100% sure. It is cheap and it's highly performant. Otherwise, Cowork, I'm going to stay Sonnet 5 there. Performs very well. I love the results that I'm getting naturally, as you can see from this blind test. Fable 5, I'm going to keep to engineering. I'm going to keep to like my hardest thinking things, how I want like deep analysis and all that kind of stuff. That's going to be Fable 5 for me. If I just need like engineering across the board, I probably won't even go to GPT 5.5. I'll probably just stick with GLM 5.2 at this point. And I'll probably just stop using 4.8. I'll either be Sonnet 5 or Fable as my two, and then just kind of stay away from Kimi's. So I hope you enjoyed this one. Start using your Sonnet 5. Start using your GLM 5.2. Fable's back. Welcome back. I will see you next week for my next video. That's it for now. Peace.